The International Building Code, specifically Section 3109.56, mandates that risers within high-rise structures be encased within a fire-resistant shaft. This provision aims to contain potential fires and prevent their rapid spread throughout the building via the riser system. Section 3109.57 addresses the structural integrity of the shaft itself. It stipulates that the design must adequately withstand the forces exerted by the risers and their contents, accounting for factors such as weight, pressure, and potential seismic activity. This ensures the shaft's stability and prevents damage that could compromise its fire-resistant properties. Section 3109.58 focuses on ventilation within the riser shaft. It requires the inclusion of a ventilation system designed to effectively prevent the accumulation of smoke and hazardous gases. This is crucial for maintaining safe conditions within the shaft, facilitating access for firefighters, and minimizing the risk of smoke inhalation. The National Fire Protection Association provides further guidance. NFPA 13, which is the standard for the installation of sprinkler systems, stipulates that risers in high-rise buildings must adhere to the installation guidelines outlined in the International Building Code. This ensures consistency in safety standards across different aspects of fire protection. NFPA 14, which is the standard for the installation of standpipe and hose systems, similarly mandates that risers in high-rise buildings be installed in compliance with the International Building Code. This reinforces the importance of adhering to established building codes for all fire suppression systems. The American Society of Mechanical Engineers also plays a role. ASME 17.1, the safety code for elevators and escalators, requires that risers within high-rise buildings be installed in accordance with the International Building Code. This underscores the comprehensive approach to safety, ensuring that all building systems, including those related to elevators and escalators, comply with the same fundamental standard. It is important to acknowledge that these are not the only regulatory considerations. In addition to these codes, there may be other local or state regulations that apply to the installation of risers in high-rise buildings. These local regulations may address specific concerns or requirements unique to the region or jurisdiction. Therefore, it is crucial to consult with the local building department to ascertain which regulations are applicable to a specific project. This ensures full compliance and avoids potential penalties or delays. High-rise buildings present unique challenges in terms of fire safety due to their height and complex layouts. Risers, which are vertical conduits for essential building services such as water, electricity, and communication cables, can serve as pathways for fire and smoke to spread rapidly throughout the structure if not properly protected. Therefore, strict regulations are in place to mitigate these risks and ensure the safety of occupants and emergency responders. The fire-resistant shaft enclosing the risers acts as a barrier to prevent fire from spreading vertically between floors. The shaft is typically constructed of fire-rated materials such as concrete or masonry, and all penetrations through the shaft, such as for pipes or cables, must be properly sealed to maintain its fire resistance. The structural design requirements for the riser shaft are intended to ensure its stability and integrity in the event of a fire or other structural event. The shaft must be able to withstand the weight of the risers and their contents, as well as any forces imposed by seismic activity or wind loads. The ventilation system for the riser shaft is designed to remove smoke and gases that may accumulate in the shaft during a fire. This helps to improve visibility for firefighters and prevent the buildup of toxic fumes. The ventilation system may include both natural and mechanical ventilation components. The International Building Code, or IBC, serves as a model building code adopted by many jurisdictions in the United States and other countries. It provides comprehensive regulations for the design and construction of buildings, including requirements for fire safety, structural integrity, and accessibility. NFPA standards such as NFPA 13 and NFPA 14 are widely recognized and used in the fire protection industry. These standards provide detailed requirements for the design, installation, and maintenance of sprinkler systems and standpipe and hose systems. ASME standards, such as ASME 17.1, cover the safety of elevators and escalators. These standards include requirements for the design, construction, installation, and maintenance of these systems to ensure the safety of passengers and building occupants. Local building departments are responsible for enforcing building codes and regulations within their jurisdictions. They review building plans, conduct inspections, and issue permits to ensure that buildings are constructed and maintained in accordance with applicable codes. Consulting with the local building department early in the design process is essential to ensure that the project complies with all applicable requirements. This can help to avoid costly delays and ensure that the building is safe for occupancy. In addition to the specific requirements for risers in high-rise buildings, there are also general fire safety requirements that apply to all buildings, such as requirements for fire alarms, fire extinguishers, and emergency exits. These requirements are intended to provide multiple layers of protection to ensure the safety of building occupants in the event of a fire. Proper installation and maintenance of risers in high-rise buildings are crucial for ensuring the safety of the building and its occupants. Failure to comply with applicable codes and regulations can result in serious consequences, including fines, legal liability, and potential loss of life. Therefore, it is essential to work with qualified professionals who have experience in the design, installation, and maintenance of riser systems in high-rise buildings. These professionals can help to ensure that the system is properly designed, installed, and maintained in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations. The regulations governing risers and high-rise buildings are complex and multifaceted, reflecting the critical role these systems play in ensuring fire safety and structural integrity. Compliance with these regulations is not merely a matter of adhering to legal requirements, but a fundamental responsibility to protect the lives and property of building occupants. The fire resistant shaft, as mandated by Section 3109.56 of the International Building Code, serves as a crucial passive fire protection measure. It acts as a physical barrier, preventing the rapid spread of fire and smoke vertically through the building via the riser system. The materials used in the construction of the shaft must be carefully selected to provide the required fire resistance rating, typically ranging from 1 to 4 IOs, depending on the height and occupancy of the building. The structural design requirements outlined in Section 3109.57 of the International Building Code are essential for maintaining the integrity of the riser shaft under various loading conditions. The shaft must be able to withstand the weight of the risers and their contents, including pipes, cables, and equipment. It must also be designed to resist lateral forces imposed by wind, seismic activity, or other external factors. The ventilation requirements specified in Section 3109.58 of the International Building Code are intended to remove smoke and toxic gases from the riser shaft during a fire. This helps to improve visibility for firefighters and prevent the buildup of hazardous conditions that could impede rescue efforts. The ventilation system may include both natural and mechanical components such as vents, dampers, and fans. NFPA 13 and NFPA 14, as referenced earlier, provide detailed guidance on the design and installation of sprinkler systems and standpipe and hose systems, respectively. These systems are critical for suppressing fires in high-rise buildings and providing firefighters with the necessary tools to combat the blaze. ASME 17.1, the Safety Code for Elevators and Escalators, addresses the safety of vertical transportation systems in high-rise buildings. This code includes requirements for the fire protection of elevator hoistways and machine rooms, as well as the emergency operation of elevators during a fire. It is important to note that the specific requirements for risers in high-rise buildings may vary depending on the local jurisdiction. Some jurisdictions may have adopted more stringent requirements than those specified in the International Building Code, NFPA standards, or ASME codes. Therefore, it is essential to consult with the local building department and other relevant authorities to ensure that the design and installation of riser systems comply with all applicable regulations. In addition to the code requirements, there are also a number of best practices that should be followed when designing and installing riser systems in high-rise buildings. These best practices can help to improve the reliability, maintainability, and overall performance of the system. For example, it is important to select high-quality materials and components that are designed for the specific application. It is also important to ensure that the system is properly installed and tested to verify that it meets all performance requirements. Regular inspection and maintenance are also essential for ensuring the long-term reliability of the system. Proper installation and maintenance of riser systems in high-rise buildings are crucial for protecting the lives and property of building occupants. By following applicable codes and regulations, as well as incorporating best practices, building owners and managers can help to ensure that these systems are safe, reliable, and effective. In conclusion, navigating the code regulations for risers in high-rise buildings requires a thorough understanding of the International Building Code, NFPA standards, ASME codes, and local jurisdictional requirements. By adhering to these regulations and implementing best practices, building professionals can ensure the safety and integrity of these critical building systems.